Hello, Rosy Hardy here. Now, when we first started our nursery here in Free Folk, the main emphasis was getting the nursery behind me here built and going, and also our timber frame bungalow up so that we were able to manage it and work on it and get it growing. The idea of having a garden really was not foremost in our minds. So for the last 24 years, that is what we've been doing. However, the garden has evolved slightly. There is a beautiful gravel garden. That's the one thing that we have always kept going because that one is quite easy and I can see it from the front windows. As we go on through this bit of the garden, you'll suddenly see we have some beautiful, mature, multi-stemmed birch, and they really are fantastic. They look beautiful, and they have naturalized underneath them. They've got cowslips of different colors. There are also irises in here and other wildflowers. We'll come back to that at a later time when we do some other filming regarding the garden and how it is evolving and what we are going to do. These birch trees were used at Hampton Court Palace Flower Show when we did show gardens there. They were used and utilised and then brought back and planted within the garden. That's what's happened with a lot of how this garden has evolved. For instance, at Hampton Court we would use quite a lot of wildflower turf. That has been lain down in the garden and used as well. Things have just evolved. They've not necessarily been planned. For instance, the Wisteria that I've got down here, which looks a little bit unhappy, I know, but I'm actually quite pleased. It's just making an arch and it's a low bush of wisteria. It looks stunning and the perfume is brilliant in the springtime. So I really enjoy doing things like that. So the wisteria gets pruned back, really small, beautiful trusses, and it just looks like a blue mound. Absolutely fabulous. There's also a Macleia cordata in here, and it's become a little bit of a weed, but it doesn't spread out very far because it can't go very far. So we walk around the corner and we carry on into the rest of the garden itself, and we've got what I call my dandelion lawn and the beautiful prunus at the back there and my malus, and then this is the new bit that I'm about to do, and this is going to be planned, but not in the way that most people. It's going to be an evolving plan. When we first came here, this part where the house actually has been built was a very poor, forgotten about hazel coppice. Now these hazels, we are coppicing them back. One or two of them even got lifted and taken to our 2016 Chelsea garden on Main Avenue. So they get used, they get reused. And we like to keep them down because it means that we can get some pea sticks for some of the climbers that we grow, the annual climbers that we grow. And this bit, we are going for a no dig. So what we've done is compost that we have had over the years, the last 20 odd years of the nursery, has been dug up and put through here over the top of what was moss and weeds and everything else. And I've covered it to around about this depth. Yes, I'm going to get some things coming through, and I don't mind the odd bit of nettle. I want it to be wildlife friendly, but I also want it to be managed. Therefore, I'm going to have flower, etc. I have over time put some yews in, so we've got a bit of evergreen. I've just planted a few more trees as well, and that's the beauty of this. It's going to evolve. There are two places that I look at from the house and look out on this border. One is the bedroom window when I'm getting dressed in the morning, and the other one is the kitchen when I'm standing at either the cooker or the sink looking out on them. So I have to be able to see things from two angles most of the time, and then other times I will be out here enjoying the garden itself, and chairs and tables you can move around. They don't have to stay in the same place. So this bit is the main bit that I can see from the kitchen, and this bit has been here for quite a long time. I have got a lot of naturalised bulbs in the ground here. So the prunus, again, we used at Hampton Court. The fire pit that we've now put in, the hammer malus that was from Hampton Court. And then this seat is made because that top piece was from the Brunel Bridge, just up the road from us. Beautiful old brick bridge, knocked down because modern day trains, and I think it's the European carriages, are about 18 inches taller than ours. They would not have got underneath it. And guess what? Our bridge had to come down. Such a shame. So this is my bit of that, and it's a lovely, lovely seat. These trees are superb. They've got my bird boxes in them. There are martagon lilies in here. There are Fritillaria melagris, which absolutely adore it and are taking over. There are autumn crocus in here and all that sort of thing. And then I have, and I'm just about to start on a winter spring garden over in this area here, which is carpeted with comfrey, symphytum, because it's brilliant at keeping the weeds down. So I'm about to have a collection of different cornus in there. I already have galanthus, snowdrops in there. There are some narcissus in there as well, different daffodils, and there are the odd hellebore. So this is going to be my winter interest more over here, and then my summer interest is going to be the new big area that I'm creating over on the far side, which is going to be fun for me to play with.